Yeah. Hi everyone. Good morning and good evening to everyone. Okay. Today's demo is on Salesforce some Einstein analytics. Okay. The formally we can call it as Salesforce Tableau CRM. Okay. Our trainer is Avinash. Okay. He will take over today's okay demo is on Salesforce Einstein. Yeah. Avinash. Okay. Actually, we have given a host to you. You can take control. You can start the today's session.
Okay, sure. Thanks for the warm welcome, Kishore. And yeah, um, let me share my screen. Yeah, so my screen is visible, right?
Yes, Avinash. Yeah. We are able to see.
Okay, okay, yeah. So a very good morning to every one of you over here. And I will be starting with today's demo. So this will be, I will give you a little bit brief insights of this Salesforce Tableau CRM in this demo session, what it is all about. So basically, the Salesforce Tableau CRM, it was, earlier known as Einstein Analytics. That is the name which most of you must be knowing. And recently, it has been renamed to this Salesforce Tableau CRM. So let's see what this is all about. So we will cover a brief introduction of what it will be. So this is a brief demo class on this. So this will be my contents for today's demo class. So Salesforce journey in strategic acquisition. So how did it acquire this, Salesforce Tableau CRM? So as you can see over here, in 2013, it started with that acquisition of HSpring. Okay. And, in 2014, it was branded as Wave Analytics. So way back in 2014, so, when this particular thing started, so just like most of you are knowing this as Einstein Analytics, but someone who started working on this tool right from the very beginning, it was actually known as Wave Analytics. And, 2016 acquired this beyond core. And then, again in 2017, it was rebranded into Salesforce Einstein Analytics. Okay. And in 2019, like, this was being acquired Tableau, and it was in 2020 only when they have rebranded or launched it as Salesforce Tableau CRM. So something like Wave Analytics is the way it all started about when this was completely new to the market. And yeah, after, as it's being shown on this timeline, as the year progressed, it has really developed a lot, and it has started providing a lot of features, and definitely it's a very useful tool in this Salesforce. So this is the renaming part. It was in the year 2020, when this Salesforce Einstein Analytics was being renamed as Salesforce Tableau CRM. So what is Salesforce Tableau CRM? That's definitely the first question which all of you might be having, and why you want to learn this. What will be the benefits of learning this Salesforce Tableau CRM? Because whenever you're joining any course, that's the first thing which you ask yourself: what will be the benefit which I'll be deriving? So basically, Salesforce Tableau CRM is a product of Salesforce and a cloud-based platform. It's a rebranded analytics tool. So just like, Salesforce itself is a cloud-based platform, if you are aware of what Salesforce is. So it's just nothing but a product. So it's a rebranded analytics tool. And as I showed you in the earlier slides, that it started way back in 2014 as Wave Analytics, and that's how it got rebranded. And Salesforce Tableau CRM is used for data exploration, visualization, and getting insights for business. So it's more of a visualization tool. So in Salesforce, there is something called as reports and dashboard. So it's more of an advanced version of that reports and dashboard. You can explore data, you can visualize it, and you if you want to get deeper insights into that, then definitely this is the tool to use. And being native to Salesforce is secure and scalable to meet the changing business requirement. So depending upon the business requirement, sometimes you have to upscale your business. So how you will be doing that, that is something which Salesforce Tableau CRM can help you. So put simply, Salesforce Tableau CRM is an app So basically it's more of an app which is used to visualize the activity which is occurring in your Salesforce environment as well. So definitely there's a lot of way to load the data. Suppose you are having a CSV file, or let's say there's some external data sources which is there, and you want to view those data, visualize those data, you can definitely do it through the Salesforce Tableau CRM. As well as if there's a certain Salesforce org where you have that Salesforce Tableau CRM, so whatever Salesforce records you have, that also itself you can view in the Salesforce Tableau CRM as well. So that's the thing of the Salesforce Tableau CRM. Now, why Salesforce Tableau CRM? Just like I was saying that you already have a bit of this visualization part in Salesforce, which is known as the Salesforce reports and dashboards. That's a configuration tool which we have. Then why we want this Salesforce Tableau CRM? Now, over the years, the quantity of data produced by the industries has increased, and we have a variety of data flowing from various sources. So, as I was mentioning, that in reports and dashboard, it's like in that dashboard also you can view the Salesforce data, but it's only restricted to that Salesforce only, right? And there's certain limitations, okay, in Salesforce reports and dashboard, which is being overcome by the Salesforce Tableau CRM. So, because like the population is growing, okay, and the economy of our country is also growing, and definitely the business, there's a lot of startups, a lot of business which is coming into picture nowadays. And definitely one of the challenges they meet is the quantity of data which is produced. Just like the population increase, there's a lot of data which is being stored, right? And to uplift their business, to ensure the business always keeps growing, because at a certain point they reach a threshold, okay, and it becomes a bit difficult to uplift their business at that point of time because of the saturity level which they reach. And that has been one of the major challenges, the quantity of data which is produced by the industry. And a variety of data is flowing from various sources. Like you can have data not only from Salesforce, but there could be some organization who are using some other tools, okay, and they might be using that for a very long time. And because Salesforce right now is in demand, and this particular tool, Salesforce Tableau CRM, is a great tool to use. So definitely it will take time, right, to get those data to directly go to a different tool. So this is something where Salesforce Tableau CRM can help you. It's not only restricted to just visualize the data in Salesforce, but it can also extract from other tools. An organization requires efficient tools to analyze data in systems and keep them safe. With large data, one cannot risk making assumption, but use tools for decision making. So, because a large amount of data is there in somebody's system, okay, who is doing a business. So it becomes very important that, they have the
Hold,
security.
hold. Gamma madhe pannada. Engine halt ஆகிற வரைக்கும் you're not supposed to take your belt off.
Sorry. Hello. Hello. Somebody said something. I think somebody was saying something.
Sorry, it was like my mic was unmuted. Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. 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 Fine. Not an issue. Yeah. So basically, as I told you that security is something which is very important, and Salesforce Tableau CRM ensures that your data always remains safe, it remains secure. Salesforce Tableau CRM gives quick answer to the business question based on predictive analysis powered by AI, artificial intelligence. So basically, there's something called as it's an AI tool which is there. Okay, so something called as Salesforce Einstein Discovery, which looking at your past data, it can actually predict the future. So it can give you, like there are many dimensions which comes into picture, there are many factors which comes into picture when you want to grow a business, okay. So like suppose there's a sales business which is there, and there's a lot of products which are being sold. So those products, depending upon the geographic regions, there are certain procedures which needs to be followed which can upscale the business. So when you have a large amount of data, and when your business is spread across the whole country, the whole globe, sometimes it becomes very difficult to analyze what particular factors is affecting your business. Suppose your business is not growing, or that's your business has reached a saturation point, and after that if you want to upscale that, because definitely the population is growing. Definitely there's a high chance of your business also growing as well. You have to look at certain factors, analyze certain factors which is being responsible for not letting your business grow. So at that particular point of time, this Salesforce Tableau CRM, it has some predictive analysis which is powered by AI, which we know famously called as Salesforce Einstein discovery, and that can help you to actually specifically look on those factors or parts which can really upscale your business to a greater extent. Again, this is something which we will definitely be covering when we will start with the sessions, but yeah, this is just a brief overview of that. So how does Tableau CRM works? Tableau CRM connects directly with CRM data to generate dashboards and reports. So as I was saying that just like we have the Salesforce reports and dashboard in Salesforce org, just like that we have this Tableau CRM which connects with the CRM data. So when I say CRM data, basically with any external source, it could be either Salesforce, the local Salesforce is already connected where we have that Salesforce Tableau CRM, but let's say there are other Salesforce org also from where you want to bring certain data, then that can also be done. And after that we can generate the dashboards so that the end user can visualize it. Salesforce note that you don't have to limit yourself to Salesforce to use Tableau CRM. You can connect other CRMs and use it for overall business intelligence. So just like I was saying that it's not that you will be able to bring in data from only Salesforce. Okay, it's named as Salesforce Tableau CRM, but it also gives you the opportunity, okay, to bring data, any kind of external data from other orgs as well, other CRM which you use. So what are the benefits of Tableau CRM? It gives you an improved and accurate reporting. It gives you a valuable business insights. So as I was saying that we already have the Salesforce reports and dashboard, but in reports and dashboard there's a lot of restrictions and a lot of demerits are there, which is being overcome by the Salesforce Tableau CRM. And the viewing part, as well as knowing where exactly you want, what you want to view. So this is something which Salesforce Tableau CRM helps you, and it gives you the valuable business insight which I was saying about the artificial intelligence tool which it's having, which is basically the Einstein discovery, uh, where you can actually know what are the factors where you need to improve upon. Then it provides the competitive analysis as well. So basically just to ensure whatever competition is there in the market. So depending upon what are the factors which is being leading the other market to grow, and something where you are lagging behind. So to have a deep analysis, this is the tool to use. It gives you a better data quality. So exactly, so as I told you, it can generate a large amount of data. All the a great amount of data can be loaded, and through that data we can actually know where exactly our business is growing, or it's being looked down upon. Identifying market trends, so ensuring, just like the future is growing, there's a lot of innovative things which are happening. So just to ensure one knows what are the important trends, or what are the important market trends which can lead to, which can generate a greater profit, those kind of things is something which Salesforce Tableau CRM helps us to analyze. And identify performance problem which needs attention. So there are certain factors or certain situation, certain parts where the business, if given attention, it can actually help that business to grow. But with large amount of data, it becomes very hard for an individual to look upon those factors, because just imagine a business which is being spread across the globe, and when it's almost come to its saturation point, it becomes very hard for an individual to analyze, because a lot of data are there, a lot of past data are there. And when it's being spread upon different geographic regions, there could be one factor which could be common for a particular geographic region which may not be responsible for the other regions. So at that point of time, this is the tool which actually helps you. An individual can't do much at that point of time because of those large amount of data. So this Tableau CRM, of course, you have, when you are loading the data, there are certain questions which you will be asked, and if provided the proper inputs, more of like a machine learning kind of a thing, which if you put proper inputs, then it will give you that exact analysis which can actually help your business to grow. Can be viewed visually using dashboard. So visualization part is something which I will anyhow show you over here. awareness of customer habits and increase customer satisfaction. So through this tool one gets to know more about the customer. So at the end of the day, for any business, it all boils down to the customer satisfaction, right? How much the customer is satisfied, how much the customer is happy with your products. So that is something which is very important. Customer always plays a very key role in any business. So that awareness is something which is brought about by this Salesforce Tableau CRM. So Tableau CRM versus reports and dashboard. When I say reports and dashboard, it's the standard Salesforce and reports and dashboard which we have. So reports and dashboard look and behave like Tableau CRM but provide very different functionality. It provides an instant snapshot of the metrics that matters to your business, including team performance, lead volume, and conversion rates. Tableau CRM is your data scientist. So as I told you, like here you will only get to see the data. Okay, as in the dashboard, you will only get to see what are the a visualization is there. But Tableau CRM, of course, it does whatever the reports and dashboard does, but it also gives you an extra benefit as a data scientist, which I was saying, like it will analyze your past data, okay, and through that Einstein discovery, it will help you to actually know what are the factors which are being responsible, where your business is lagging, and can help you, like what are the factors which if improved upon, which if focused upon, can really help your business move to a completely different dynamics. It extends beyond reports and dashboards. As I was saying about this, it extends beyond reports and dashboard to give you all insights into your pipeline, end-to-end customer insight, and historical analysis to help plan your next best step. So limitations of Salesforce standard reports and dashboard. So assuming that the Salesforce standard reports and dashboard is also helps you in visualizing, the dashboard is already there. Okay, you can view many other stuffs in reports as well, but yeah, it's always restricted to Salesforce environment only. That is one disadvantage. But in Salesforce Tableau CRM, you can connect with any other external CRM tool as well. That is one disadvantage of Salesforce standard reports and dashboard. But there are other stand demerits as well. So suppose if you want to use more than 5 formula fields in a report, it's more on the technical side, want to use more than 5 formula fields, then that is something where Salesforce reports and dashboard will be insufficient for you. Okay, if you want to have more than 100 source report columns, that is something where again Salesforce reports will not be able to help you. As I told you, the market is growing, the economy of any country grows, and the population grows. So large amount of data comes into picture. So that is one heavy disadvantage of the Salesforce reports and dashboard. If you want to use more than 4 related objects in a report, then of course it's insufficient for you. If you want to use more than 20 field filters, you can't do that in a single report. If you want to have more than 50 rows for a tabular report, you can't do that. If have enough data that your reports are timing out, suppose if there's huge chunks of data but somehow the Salesforce standard reports and dashboard are not able to load that, so that is one heavy disadvantage. Have more than 20 rows to display in a summary report. Okay, have more than 2000 rows for a custom object in a snapshot. So this is something where Salesforce reports and dashboard is a disadvantage. And all these demerits or disadvantage which you right now see on this slide, that is something which is being overcome by the Salesforce Tableau CRM. Okay, just imagining that it's coming from only Salesforce. Okay, so definitely that I have already covered, that you can actually connect with any other Tableau CRM. But just assuming that my data is only coming from Salesforce and I just want to view those records, for those, these are also some limitations which the Salesforce reports and dashboard anyhow have it. So what are the common FAQs or frequently asked question? And this is something which will be very common for somebody who will be joining this program. On the technical side, there's definitely a few questions which will always be there for the first time users or customers or candidates who will be joining this course, who wants to learn about Tableau CRM. So how do you access Tableau CRM from Salesforce? So let's say, of course, not all the Salesforce will have this product Salesforce Tableau CRM, that needs to be purchased actually. But yeah, as far as the training is concerned, definitely somebody who is from the Salesforce background, they knows that we have this trailhead where easily somebody can create a developer account and can practice through trailheads. So just like that, Salesforce also gives a free access tool for learning. So that will only come into handy when we'll be doing this course, of course. But yeah, any organization, if they want to use this tool, they definitely have to purchase this product. This is more of a product which is there. So if you have that tool, Salesforce Tableau CRM, then what you need to do is you have to go in your Salesforce org. So in your Salesforce org, you will be able to see this app launcher. Okay, this is a very common thing in Salesforce. So when you go over there, you need to search, click on this Analytics Studio app. So once you click over there, you will be redirected to that tool. And this is your whole Salesforce Tableau CRM Analytics Studio. So here a lot of options are there. I will definitely cover this at last a bit in brief, and definitely we will go through this in details once you join this course. So this is a question many people have: how do you access Tableau CRM from Salesforce? How does Tableau CRM get the data? There are multiple options for loading data into Tableau CRM directly from Salesforce object. So how do you load the data? As I was explaining you earlier as well, in Salesforce Tableau CRM, it's not that you have to load data just through Salesforce. It's not that the org through which that Salesforce Tableau CRM is connected, you can only load data from there. There are a lot of CSV files also which are there. There are a lot of external sources. There are other Salesforce org. Suppose there are some Salesforce orgs which doesn't have a Salesforce Tableau CRM tool, and one particular Salesforce org is having that tool, and you can bring those data from those external org as well. So that is something which you can do. You can load data from a CSV file. So I will just show you that. So the thing is that here we have something called as create. Fine. So once you click on this data set, you will be able to see a lot of options, right? So data set, I will be definitely walking you through in the subsequent slides. So it's nothing but that once the data is being transformed, that end results which is there, the data which is being loaded, if you want to view that, that is something which is being stored over here, this data set. So that data set, to load data, you can do it from a CSV file, as I was saying you can do from any external data as well. Suppose external data is connected, you can do it from any Salesforce data also. Okay, and let's say there are some existing data set already, some existing data sets are there which is already there in your system. From there also you can pull in data, so it gives you multiple options. And as far as the connect tab is concerned, so if you go to this data manager, so in Analytics Studio, you have this setup option. Okay, that gear icon which is there, you can click on this data manager, or definitely on the left panel you have the data manager, you can click over here as well. So once you click over here, you have this option called connect on the left hand side. So as you can see, currently I have, so when you say SFDC local, and you can see over here a cloud based image is there, where inside that Salesforce is written, it's nothing but that local Salesforce org. So this is my Salesforce org where I'm having this Analytics Studio, and whatever SFDC local is nothing but those are the objects and fields which is it's pulling from the local Salesforce org. And as you can see, this is my other Salesforce org. So this is a different Salesforce org which I have. Okay, where I don't have that analytics tool, but I'm bringing in that Salesforce over here. Some other objects and fields which I want to bring from this Salesforce, I'm bringing that over here. So similarly, there's a lot of, this is just a Salesforce org. So this is my local and this is my external Salesforce org, but you can connect to many other sources as well. So you have this option over here. So this is the SFDC local, which I have already shown you. And I already had this Canada sales. This is the external Salesforce org, and you can, add connections, and you can just click over here. So I told you about the Canada sales, which is my Salesforce external connector, but you can actually connect with other sources as well. As you can see over here, you have this AWS Redshift, you have the Salesforce Marketing Cloud, okay, you have the Heroku, then you have the Microsoft Dynamics CRM, Google BigQuery, okay, Windows Azure SQL Warehouse, you have the Oracle. So a lot of things are there. Okay, AWS, MariaDB. So SAP, you can connect with the external source SAP as well. Snowflake, Google Analytics, NetSuite. So Marketo, as you can see, there's a lot, right? SAP HANA. So a lot of Salesforce org, I mean a lot of external logs which are there through which you want to bring in the data. That also, it gives you the option to connect with that as well. So you have certain MuleSoft connections as well, like MuleSoft Oracle connector, MuleSoft SQL Server connector. So that also you can do. And then it gives you the option of live connections also. So if you directly want to bring in, so live connections means nothing but whenever some changes is being occurring through an external logs, so whatever changes is taking place at that instant, at that very particular moment, it will reflect those changes in this Salesforce Tableau CRM as well. So it will give you the real-time data. So that is something also which you can do. Fine. So that's what I was trying to portray. So it's not restricted to Salesforce. There are a lot of other external sources also can be connected. So yeah, and of course you can just do from a CSV file as I was showing you. That option also you have. So what are the components of Tableau CRM? So when we will be going through this course, we will be mainly dealing with these 5 components only. And in this session, I will be just giving you a brief introduction to this. But yeah, we will dive into more details as and when we progress with the session. So these are mainly the 5 main components of Tableau CRM. You have the app, you have the dashboard, lens, data flow, stories. So what is this app? Okay, so you can treat this app like a folder, but an app can store multiple items such as dataset, lens, and dashboard. Similar to the way a Salesforce report or dashboard folder functions, you can share the app by username, role, and group, each with a different level of access, manager, editor, or viewer. So if I just go to that Salesforce Tableau CRM, and last point is app organize data projects, run presentation directly from dashboard, and control asset sharing. So if you want to visualize that, it's nothing but if you when you move to this analytics studio, right? So if you go to this all items, there's something called as app over here. So by default, you will always have these two whenever you create a Salesforce Tableau CRM mod. You will always have these two app with you, your private app, which only you will be able to view, and a shared app. Other than that, the other apps, there are many other apps which you can create. Okay, so let me say if I jump into the sales app. So this is my app actually, which is acting like a folder. And when you go to that all items, you will be able to see all the dashboard, the lenses, the data set, which is there in that particular app. So in this particular app, sales app, I have all this list. So if I move to dashboard, you will be able to see all the list of dashboard which is there within this app. So it acts more like a folder, okay, a place where all the stuffs related to dashboards data set are being stored. Any kind of stories, if it would have been present, it would have been there on this app. All the lenses which are there. So that's what I was saying. It's more like a uh, folder which is being there. So you can view the details over here. So that's the thing. And about that sharing part which I was saying, so in this point it's mentioned, right, that you can share the app by username, role, and group. So depending upon with which person, with which org you want to share, you can do that. So when you click on this share icon, so suppose I have this app, sales app, and I want to share it. So when you click on the share icon, you can actually give the access. So it gives you the option, so to whom you want to share this app, it gives you the option to invite. So depending upon the user, is if there's a specific user you want to give, you can give it. If there's a specific group you want to give, okay, and if there's a specific role to which you want to give this access to this app, you can do that if you simply type some name. So yeah, anyhow, I don't have much users over here, but yeah, whatever users you have, you can just simply type, and they will be able, that will be auto populated over here, and you can just give them the access. And what are the you know action items you want them to play? So you want them to help to view the dashboard. So whatever dashboard stories, if you just want them to view it without changing anything, you can give them the viewer access. And if they want to have, if you want any user to edit that, any particular group of people you are giving the access and you want them to edit, suppose if there are any dashboard which are accessible to them, and if certain changes needs to be made, you want them to give, help them to edit, then you can give that option editor. Okay. And manager and editor more or less both are same, but in manager you have some extra access, like one can delete that app. So I have renamed as I have this as sales app, and if I want to rename it, I can do that if I have the manager access. So to rename or delete any app, I can go ahead and give them the manager access. Okay. So these two are mostly same, but manager has some certain extra um, access, nothing else. So this is what app is all about. And moving ahead, we have the dashboard. A dashboard is nothing but a curated set of charts, metrics, and tables that give an interactive view of your business data. The dashboard is where the users explore and analyze widgets. So we have a demo to cover as well. I will get a little bit more into details about the dashboard part. And what is this lens? A lens is a visualization of data in a data set. So whenever something gets created, it's get loaded as a data in a data set, and those data sets one can view as a lens. It's nothing but a visualization of data. So you can you use the lens to explore data graphically and to build queries for a dashboard. A lens is similar to a Salesforce report that sits behind a dashboard, but the difference is that in Tableau CRM, a dashboard does not use a lens as the data source. Dashboard widget can be explored as a lens by user. It can and stored into an app for future users, including stored into my private app. So if I again move to the Salesforce org, Tableau CRM, so um, let me move to all items. So in these all items, I have a few lens with me. So these are the lens actually. So when I click over here, so it nothing but it gives you a visualization. So I already have a data set which is storing all the data after, let's say, being transformed. Then what are the data I want to visualize? Like, I want to view the sum of amount, and I want to view the stages which is being pushed. So sum of amount for all the opportunity name. This is something I'm able to see over here. And there's a something called as is pushed, and this is something which is there. You can have the filter. Okay, so I have applied a filter over here. So closed being open or closed, this is again a derived field. So but yeah, in a way I just wanted to show you that you already have the data right now, but what are the stuffs you want to do? Suppose you want to see the sum, you want to see the average, or you want to see any count, or you want to see maximum of some measures. So these are something measures which you have, this sum, count, average, whatever measures are there, and what are the um, related operation you want to perform, whether you want to get a maximum, median, unique, all those things you can do in that data set, and after that you can save it as a lens. Fine. So that's more of a visualization which you want to do. And then you have the data flow. Okay, this is something where the transformation take place. So basically Salesforce WCM follows an approach which is known as the ETL approach. So ETL, the full form of ETL is nothing but extract, transform, and load. So extracting data I have already explained you in details, like when I extract from any CSV file from other external source or from Salesforce itself, then that transformation comes into picture. You have already loaded a data, but sometimes you have to do certain transformation. Right now, that is something which reports and dashboard won't be able to do it for you. It will just visually give you whatever data are there. But if certain transformation you want to do in that uh, data, then either of course you can do it on the design level. So there are two layers to that. So one thing is we call as a data layer. There is another thing called a design layer. So depending upon what you want to view, you can actually do it on the designer layer, just like I was showing you over here. If you want to view the sum of amount, and if you want to give certain filters, conditions, okay, that you can do on the designer layer, just like I was showing you over here. But if you want to do it on the data layer only, so let's say there are certain opportunity names which you want to view. Okay, let's say there are certain opportunity stage. Let's say there are opportunity stage of closed one which you just want to view. So that is something you can do on the data layer also. So before exploring the data, you can actually directly restrict whatever data you want to see in the data set. That is something which we call a data layer. And if you want to do something for the end user, maybe then you can do it on the designer layer as well. So to do it on the data layer, we have to make use of this component data flow. So a data set is a set of specially formatted source data optimized for interactive exploration. So data flow is a chain of connected nodes for data transformation. So if you want to transform those data on the data layer side, you have to use this node data flow. So it will help you to build data sets. Ideally, you should start with getting data for transformation either from the existing Einstein Analytics data set, or from Salesforce object, or from external data. Each data transformation node has its own specific function, from get data, augment, compute, register, etc. A lot of functions you can provide. Okay, so if I just show you a little bit, if you go to this data manager, you have this data flow and recipe. And just for now, let me open any random, okay, any random uh, data flow. So when I open that, there's a lot of tools which are here. Like I have the dataset builder. Okay, I have the SFDC digest. Then I have this digest part. Then I have the edge mart, append node. So all these things are nothing but are called as nodes. Okay, so you have something called as compute expression node. You have something called as compute relative node, time to measure node. Okay, the flattened node, then the prediction node, the filter node, slice dataset node. You have the update node, the SFDC. So this is nothing but, at last, for any data flow, if you want to view those data at last, you will always find this register node for sure. If you don't have the register node, so whatever transformation you did to the data, no, that won't get stored. So you need to store that somewhere. To just get the storage part, we have this register node. So once you have the register node, finally, whatever name you see over here, based upon this name, it will get stored as a data set. And after that, whatever transformation you do, if you want to view it as an end customer, you can always go to the data set and view it. So register node will always has to be there at last to store all the transformation which is being done before. So this is what more about. I will definitely walk through in details whenever the session starts. So just to give you a brief overview, SFDC Digest is nothing but the node from where, whatever, so the local Salesforce org which is there. So currently I have this Salesforce org, right? From there, if I directly want to pull in certain objects and fields, I can directly do that. So SFDC Digest nothing but helps you to only pull in the data from your local Salesforce org. So the Salesforce org through which that Salesforce Tableau CRM is connected, through that you can pull in. And whenever we want to pull in from other external logs, so at that time we have to go for this digest. So through this digest, whatever external data you have, it could be any external Salesforce org, or it could be any other orgs like SAP or Snowflake. From there you want to pull in certain objects and fields, then we always go for this node. Okay. And then you have the edgemart is nothing but, if there are some existing data set. So as I was telling you, so if there are already certain existing data set, from there you want to do further transformation, that is something you can do through edgemart. Okay. And then we have the append node. I will go through in details what this node is about some in some other sessions. And in augment, if there are certain, let's say there are opportunity and account, and depending upon certain factors, you want to bring certain common fields which are there. Okay, so depending upon two objects which have a lookup or master relationship, and there are certain common fields which you want to pull in, you can do it through augment node. And then you have the compute expression node. If there are certain computing stuffs which you want to do, there are certain calculation which you want to do, you can always go for this. And relative also is similar to compute expression node only, but in compute expression you can only do a calculation on a certain row, on one specific row, but through compute relative you can do it across the rows. Okay. And then you have the dimension to measure. So this helps you to convert some dimension which are there to measures. And the flatten node is also there, which flattens the hierarchical data. So suppose there are some accounts and there are some parent accounts, and there's a particular hierarchy which is being followed to help bring those records, and to map a specific path for that, then you go for the flatten node. You have the prediction node. This is more related to Einstein discovery. Okay. Einstein prediction. So if there are certain fields which after predicting you want to make certain transformation, you can go for this node. Then you have the filter node. So depending upon, so as I was saying, like, we already brought in all the data, but I want to filter, let's say for the opportunity stage, I just want to see for opportunity stage equal to closed one, or let's say closed lost, we can go do that filtering. Okay. And then you have the slice data set. So a lot of fields are being pulled in, let's say. Okay, so suppose over here also I have the output field. So only I have three over here, but there are certain times when a lot of fields could be there, and you don't want all those fields to ultimately get stored as a register. So you can always remove a few fields. So there's something called as drop and keep. So if you give the drop and you give the field, all those fields will get dropped in this particular node. And if there are certain fields which you want to keep, you can do that as well, and you can finally register that. Okay. And you have the slice dataset which I walked you through just now. You have the update node and the register node. Okay, so these are some of the nodes I will be walking through in details once this session starts. But yeah, just wanted to give you a brief overview of what are the nodes which we used in this data flow. So it's more like helps in transforming the data. Stories are the output of Einstein discovery, which gives us statistical analysis of a data set. It gives us instant metrics like importance, future prediction, and suggestion. So again, if I just move back to my org, so I have a few stories. Maybe I can just. So these are some of the stories which I have. Okay. So let's say if I go to this, let's say Titanic. So, it gives you a complete different insight. So basically, I have loaded a data, and depending upon various factors which are there, how it's affecting. So suppose if I want to see the fare, how the fare is being affected. Okay, survived, how many are survived just because of the fare which is there. Okay, you have something called as siblings or spouse. So there are certain siblings or spouse who boarded that ship, and depending upon that, what are the uh, trends which are being happening, okay, depending upon if the gender, okay, if somebody is male or female, how that is being impacted. So for male, what is the impact of that? For female, what is the impact? So this is a bit of what to say, depending upon the past records, it gives you the future happenings which can take place, okay, depending upon what are the factors and how much it's contributing as a percentage, it shows you. And it gives you further classification. So if you choose some options over it, it will give you further classification as well. So this is the chart which is being used. And suppose there's a factor called p class. So depending upon that factor, if p class is, so this is the number part, so how that's being affected, how they perform, okay, how that gender comes into play, depending on the p class to how uh, which gender performs better. So it gives you a detailed analysis. Actually, this is a huge concept. Definitely I will be walking through this in details as well, but yeah, I just want to give you overview of these stories. So, and yeah, I wanted to give you a few example of dashboard maybe, and I will just walk you through a few dashboard. So like suppose over here I have this opportunity view and account view. So just wanted to show you how this dashboard looks like. Okay, what are the stuffs you will be mainly doing over here when you join this course? What are the exercise which you can expect to walk through? So like this again, these are some simple stuffs which I have. We will be definitely going through some complex dashboard as well. So whenever you will be working for any organization related to this tool, there's a lot of complex scenarios which will be there, but it all boils to basic of course first. So I will walk you through a few dashboard maybe. So like I have this dashboard of opportunity and account view. Suppose if I click on this account view, as you can see it's changing, right? I will be able to see only the accounts which are there, okay, which is coming. So I am able to view the count of rows. And if I go to this opportunity view, okay, I have the sum of amount. So what are the sum of amounts for each opportunity? That is something which is being reflected. If you hover over here, you will get a little bit more into details maybe. Okay, so this is something. Then there's something called as age opportunity. This is a little bit complex compared to the first one. Okay, so suppose if I want to view 10 opportunities, if I click over here, I will be able to view 10. If you count over here, there are 10 opportunities. If I want to do 20 opportunities, the top 20 opportunities basically, okay, then I can view over here. So the top 20 opportunities which is helping in my finance, which is having a huge, generating huge profit or huge amount, that is something I can view if I click over it. Then if I want to view the top 50, that I can do. Okay, so depending upon, then this gives you the details. This is nothing but opportunity table which is there. So what are the opportunity type for those opportunity, what are the account type, the opportunity name, the stage which they belongs to, the billing country, the account name, amount, all these things you can view. And further if you want to classify, so suppose for opportunity type I have something called as new business, existing business, okay, new business or add-on. So suppose if I click opportunity type mix for new business, so for this opportunity type mix, which is a derived field, if I want to view those stuffs, like for opportunity type of new business, then what are the opportunities which comes handy, those I will be able to view. And for the account type, let's say I have this customer and partner, so I just want to view the partner, account partner, so that also I can do right now. So depending upon the account type as partner, it's giving me the opportunities. So depending upon your selection, whatever you want to select, the dashboard will facet all those changes and gives you the data which you actually wanted to view. So this is more of a dashboard. Then there was another dashboard. This is something which I've done through Trailhead. In Trailhead you will have this particular dashboard. Actually this is a very uh, common dashboard which you will be having once you do a Trailhead module. So here, if I, there are certain filters, these are certain charts which are there for worldwide fundraising. Okay, what are the goal attainments, what are the top account owners, what are the opportunities I have? As you can see through this funnel chart, I'm able to view all the opportunities which are there. Okay, what are the opportunity by quarter, for each quarter, like what are the opportunities I'm having. Okay, then this is definitely the opportunity table. So if I want to do certain filters over here, let's say the opportunity owner, I just want to see for Dennis Howard. So if I just apply over here, it will automatically facet. So for this opportunity on Dennis Howard, okay, what are the opportunities by stage which he went through? What are the opportunities by quarter he's generating? Okay. So as you can see in the top account owner, his name is coming. And if I want to do certain other filters, like for amount, okay, it's given between this. In any, if there's a certain close date which I want to view, I can go for that. Let's say I want to go for the previous year fiscal. So if I just apply over here, so yeah, it doesn't have any data, that's why it's not showing, it's not applicable to that. But yeah, if I want to view for current fiscal year, I can just apply. I'm not able to see currently. So anyways, let's put it to all time for now. So yeah, there are different filters. And let's say billing country, if I want to let's say view particularly for Brazil, because that account, because this account opportunity owner doesn't belong to this billing country, so it's not showing any records. So if I click on all, okay, I will be able to see the records. So specifically, let's say for opportunity owner for the billing country, I want for Brazil only I wanted to see, then I can view those records. So again, the filters you have to be careful as well, because just like as I told you, when I just selected one particular person, okay, I was not able to see anything on the billing country, was because depends upon which billing country that user belongs to, isn't it? So otherwise it will not give you any data, and depending upon the close date, till which date it was closed and all, so depending on that also it might not give you some data. So you have to be careful in this selection of filters as well. But overall, what I wanted to show you through this dashboard, as you have been able to see, like depending upon whatever filters you select, it will give you the total information, the total donations. So like, let's say if I just walk you from the scratch again, and if I just select, let's say the opportunity owner as one particular person. So what is the win rate he's generating? What is the total donation he made? The average donation? Okay, all these things you will be able to view in a single dashboard. So through point and click, and depending upon whatever filters you choose, it's a very useful tool to the end user, to the end customer, to actually analyze. So this will help you to analyze where exactly, as I was talking to you, right, there are certain factors which is only helping you for your business downfall, degradation, or for the business up, upgradation. So those things, when you want to view it, you can do it through this Einstein analytics. This is the mode of a dashboard, and again we will walk through many such dashboards when you join this course. A lot of stuffs to walk you through. So future of Tableau CRM, like why this is important to learn, what are the benefits, and if you're investing over here, like what are the things you can expect. Okay, what are the future of this? So Tableau continues to be further integrated with Salesforce and Einstein. Like as I showed you that complete timeline, how it started from scratch and how it developed throughout this, and how it got rebranded popularly as the Salesforce Tableau CRM. It continues to invest heavily in the development of Einstein analytics and discovery. There's a lot to learn. So this discovery is something which started newly recently, and it's helping a lot of customers for sure, a lot of business. So the next step includes data access capabilities that make it easier to access data managed in Tableau. So this is one such tool of Salesforce where the machine learning, the artificial intelligence comes into picture, and you can learn a lot about that. So definitely it has a lot in store for you, and definitely at least on the Einstein discovery part, there's a lot of scope which is there. So this is something you can expect. And if you want to set up a few Tableau CRM org, you can just click on this link. Okay, anyhow, if you Google also like set up a few Tableau CRM, you will get this link. But this is one of the link where you can set up your free Tableau CRM org. And once you do that, of course, when you will join in this session, you will be having a free tool. I will give you this link only. So after that, we can actually you can also do the hands-on and practice it whenever I will be teaching you something. So anyways, with this, we come to the end of this session. Okay, it was just a brief overview of this whole Salesforce Tableau CRM. And in whatever way possible in this short session, I just walk you through uh, what are the components, what are the stuffs which are there. So with this, I come to the end of this session. So if there is any question which you would like to ask, I throw it to the audience. You can ask me.
Hey, good morning. Is this
Yeah, yeah, good morning.
Avinash, is it?
Yeah, Vinash.
Hey, Avinash, this is Venkat.
Yeah,
It was a wonderful demonstration. We really appreciate, I mean, like the in-depth, the experience and knowledge you showcased. I mean, like though it was like in a brief introduction, it was,
yes,
it was able, I was able to get the benefit of your knowledge. Like, I mean, like it's kind of a showcase of the benefit of your knowledge. Uh,
yeah, thanks, Venkat.
So hats off to your experience, and the way you convey your skill was excellent.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Venkat. Yeah, thanks for the appreciation. And yeah, in this short session, I just walk you through whatever components I could. But yeah, once you join this, I will be walking through in details actually. The main purpose is to learn, to upgrade yourself, and in whatever way possible. Okay, because at the end of the day, I just want you to learn it properly. Because no doubt, whatever complex scenario you face, ultimately it all boils down to basics. So the basic part is something I will be delving deeply.
Right.
And yeah, hopefully you can, gain some knowledge and insights through this session.
Definitely, definitely. And my really my apologies that like I just joined like a few minutes later. So I was took my
That's
kids
completely
out
fine.
and like I just
No, that's
joined
completely
late.
fine. I mean, it's Sunday time and it's early morning time, so I can
No, I mean
completely
like
understand that. No need to
I'm in
apologize for that.
US. It's in a
To be
Saturday
honest enough, even
evening.
uh,
So
okay, okay, yeah, but I can understand it's the weekend time, so that's not a
right.
problem. And anyhow,
So
I also joined a little bit late, so no need to apologize. At the end of the day, you need to understand the sessions and nothing else. And anyhow, the recordings will also be available, so you can
I don't
view the
know
recordings at a later
whether
stage.
you got a chance to introduce to other trainees, but just a brief about myself. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm working for a public sector client here in the United States, and I live in state of
Okay.
Michigan, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been working in Salesforce for quite some time. And
Okay.
the client which I'm working on,
Mm-hmm.
it is like in a health cloud, which they're
Mm-hmm.
pretty. I mean, like, pretty much they're using omni-channel and Tableau CRM
Mm-hmm.
with health
Uh-huh.
cloud. So
Uh-huh.
right now it is in a development force, which is Accenture is developing it. So they developed, and like
Okay.
it's yet to be transitioned to us to
Mm-hmm.
submit support it. So it is going to happen
Mm-hmm.
maybe end of the fiscal year 2022. So when that
Mm-hmm.
comes into picture, where I'm going to lead the team, so I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
like a dumb person to just without even knowing what is it, and like I'm going to
Uh-huh.
lead the thing. So and
Sure, sure.
it's a failure to me personally, and like in an entirely the supporting team too. So that's a key for me
Mm-hmm.
to get into this training. So
Absolutely, Venkat. So one thing I can definitely tell you, since you already have experience in Salesforce, okay. So through this session, it will be much more easier for you. Okay. So
right.
basically, when I design this session, I have kept in mind that somebody who will be joining this, they won't be having any idea at all.
Mhm.
Like there could be some people. There have been such an occasion where there have been people who didn't know anything about Salesforce. Also, they also joined that course. So keeping that in mind, I have developed the structure. So definitely in the initial stage, a few things could be boring for you because most of the
No, no,
Salesforce
no.
system
I mean,
you will
like
be
this. I
knowing,
mean, like
but
keep as
yeah,
it is.
definitely for
Yeah,
you. But
yeah.
yeah, particularly for you, it will be beneficial, and definitely you will be able to grasp it properly because you already have that knowledge of Salesforce, which is definitely required. So once because this dashboard which I was helping you to view, okay, somebody who will be completely new, they won't understand those things, right? Like the opportunity stage, the opportunity type. But I think you want to be completely aware of this and what are the relation which is having. I'm again talking about for those person who are completely new to Salesforce, isn't it?
Right,
So yeah,
right.
because you already have that knowledge, you will enjoy this actually. And for you, it will, I won't say it will be a cakewalk, but definitely it will be easy for you because you already have that knowledge of Salesforce. So that's great, and I'm sure I would love to help in whatever
Yeah, I
way
mean, like
possible, and I hope
the
in this
reason
session you
which
will be able to
I
learn.
was just trying to
uh,
introduce myself with the like you. I mean,
mhm,
I would like to introduce
mhm,
myself because I don't want to blindfold you that like to who I am. So just I want to make
mhm.
sure that like so where I am coming from. So that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, like I humbly request you that like don't change anything what you plan to deliver it, but
yeah, absolutely,
just
absolutely.
because like what I am. So you be yourself. So I will try to because
Uh-huh.
whenever I'm trying to learn, I try to empty my
Mhm.
cup. I don't even come with my existing
No, no,
knowledge.
definitely. It doesn't matter if you have knowledge in Salesforce or not. I won't be changing the dynamics of the course because, see, even if I'm walking through the basics, it will be a revision for you also, right? So maybe
Absolutely,
there could be
absolutely. I
many things you
agree.
might be knowing in
100%.
Salesforce, but it will be a revision. So that's not a big deal. I mean, I see. As I told you, it is there from the scratch, and those recordings, I mean, those will be recorded as well. So whatever sessions I be walking through, it should be helpful to everybody. Keeping that in mind, that this is the way it's designed, and I won't be changing that. Okay. And yeah, for you, as I told you, since you have that knowledge, you can take it as a revision, more of a revision. So that's the thing, nothing
Awesome.
else.
Awesome. And one another quick question, Avinash. It's about
Hmm.
did you
Hmm.
created the content or maybe plan to deliver it in
Hmm.
such a way that like just go by the topic or maybe okay, and these
Hmm.
are the ABCD to learn Tableau CRM.
Hmm.
So I want to
Hmm.
prepare on that, or maybe you take some
Hmm.
I mean like live example to explain the
Hmm.
content. So how you plan?
Yeah, so basically, like as I just showed you in this demo session. So at first, what I was doing, so depending upon the 1 hour part which is there. So if you must have observed from the very beginning, what I was doing, like, okay, let me just walk you through once again in a brief while. So I was first walking through the concepts, right?
Right,
Like, what is this Tableau CRM, and what are the components which are there. Okay. So
right,
after that, I was delving deep. If you see, I was just giving you a brief walkthrough. because I mean this session was limited to 1 hour. So I just gave you the walkthrough what are the components, and then I
Right.
was going into details, right? Like what are the apps, what are the dashboard. So that's how it will be actually. So in this course, I will be walking you through the concepts properly first, like ensuring you know those stuffs. Like, for example, like let's say if we have a session on data flow, okay. So in data flow, first I will be walking through what each node exactly means. Today I just give you a very brief overview actually,
Okay.
but I will first walk you through what exactly each of these components exactly means, what is the purpose of those, and
Right.
then definitely I will give you some examples. I already have a lot of examples. I will walk you through examples, and definitely I will also help you to walk through by me. So there are certain hands-on which I'll be doing, and I will definitely want you to walk through as well on the live. But on many occasions it may not be possible to walk through live, but I will give you some
No,
exercise
no,
which
no.
you
The
can try
live
at
in the
home,
sense that
and
like
later on.
just an example, Avinash, not
I
real
but I
live
got your
live.
point. But yeah,
Right.
basically this is how it will be structured. I will be walking through the concepts
Right.
properly first, and definitely I will go deep into that, because knowing the concepts won't help you, right? You need to
Right.
find the application of that. So definitely I
Right.
will walk you through a what to say, a sample parts, a sample data flows, a sample dashboard. I will walk you through where you will be able to gain a better insights of that. So yeah, that's how it
Wonderful.
will be
Wonderful.
actually working.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Awesome. So, I mean, like, if everything has been formalized after this demo, like,
Mhm.
when do you
Mhm.
plan to start a session? I mean,
Yeah, I think you for that you just reach out to Kishore, because like Kishore has some what to say, there's a certain what to say timeline which is there, which Kishore is designing. So depending on, you can have a conversation of those with Kishore, okay. And
absolutely,
like
absolutely.
whenever yeah, and depending upon the timings and what are the sessions which are comfortable, we will start it. So I'm trying to start it as soon as possible, because I'm ready with my content. So yeah, we will have just a bit of discussion with Kishore, and whenever mutually we will agree to a timeline, we will definitely start it.
Great, great. After this
And I
talk,
think the
probably I
other
will
contents anyhow that is already there in the link, so I think you can just contact issue like what are exactly the sub contents which are there, and you
Nice.
will be able to get that.
Awesome. So I will talk to Kishore after this session, and then probably we'll get go from that point.
Sure, yeah, absolutely, Venkat.
Awesome. It was nice talking to you,
Yeah.
Avinash. Though it was
Yeah, it was
digitally.
great knowing you as well. I mean, thanks for the introduction, because I at least got to know that you have this idea of Salesforce. So yeah, you will actually enjoy this session a lot, and definitely like whatever your goal is, whatever your purpose is, I will try to help you out through this course. Of course, like not everything can be learned. You definitely need some experience, because you're already in Salesforce. Just knowing Salesforce doesn't
Absolutely,
help you.
absolutely.
Need some experience, right? That's why people look for experienced candidates. So definitely, you will learn a lot more after this session through your projects as well. Whatever work you will be doing, will be gaining experience. But yeah, through this session, whatever experience I have, I will try to like spread the knowledge, and I hope those knowledge and concepts will help you eventually in the future. At least that will start as a basic point for you to launch pad the concepts, or the work which you'll be doing further.
Awesome. So, if you don't mind, Avinash, can I know about a little
Mhm.
bit about brief about yourself?
Yeah, actually, I can't reveal much details about myself, but yeah, what I can say is definitely I have been into this Salesforce Einstein Analytics right from the time it started. Actually, I have been delving into that, and I have been heavily working on this Einstein Analytics part for quite some years. So
Uh-huh.
this is the thing more about myself. From the very introduction, I was actually gaining knowledge into it, and from work perspective, it's been quite a few years since I've been working on this. And training is something which has been my passion. I wanted to spread the knowledge also, because I have actually gained a lot of insights. Again, this product is developing through years by years. As I told you, the Einstein discovery is something which is a little bit new as well. So I am trying to upgrade, as well as whatever knowledge I have on the analytics part, and I just wanted to spread that. So that's more or less about myself. I've been working heavily on this tool, and yeah, that is it.
Good, good, good. Thank you. Thank you, Avinash. It was great.
Sure.
And have a nice Sunday. And we'll catch up
Huh.
once Kishore decides when to start. Then, like, we'll get going with that. Okay.
Sure. I would love to meet you in my session as well. Yeah. Thank you,
Awesome.
Venkat.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah. So, Kishore, I think that's it from my end. I think we can end the session then.
Hi, Haunash. Kishore is not there.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's this?
My name is Thiru Gautam. Yeah.
Who was
Okay.
that?
Thiru Gautam. Yeah.
Oh, Thiru Gautam. Okay,
Yeah.
I will try to reach back either you or Kishore to continue the conversation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, bye then.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm ending the session. Thank you, everybody.
Bye
Bye.
for now.